Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home. We'll talk about Huda. We'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening to all of you, my dear brothers and sisters. Thank you so much for being with us here this evening on Viewers Pulse. We are with you live and we're glad that you are with us here this evening. We have a great show for you, inshallah, a very special interview that's coming up in the second and third segment with some brothers working for a very important organization that is distributing Qur'ans to non-Muslims who are seeking information about the deen of the truth, al-Islam. We're going to be talking to them and we're going to be seeing how all of us can participate in this project and help our fellow non-Muslims get their hands on a free copy of the Qur'an so that they can learn about the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Also, inshallah, in this segment we have a lot of great reports for you, especially reports that you have sent us. We're talking about that in just a moment, inshallah, but let me go ahead and begin by reminding you of our phone numbers, 002-02-38555, 248 or 249. We're with you live right now, so feel free at any time, inshallah, to give us a call. Share your thoughts with us. If you have any questions about Huda TV in general, anything about our programming, any suggestions, or anything like that, feel free, inshallah, to give us a call and share your thoughts with us. Another great way to stay in touch with us is through our email, pulse@huda.tv. I check those emails personally and I forward your messages to the appropriate departments that will help you in whatever issue you may be having here at Huda TV. Maybe your signal is bad, or it's not working, or the YouTube streaming is down, or you can't find a specific episode uploaded to our YouTube channel, or whatever the case may be, or you have a complaint. I forward your messages to the appropriate department. So inshallah, feel free to stay in touch with us also through that route. Facebook.com/HudaTV is definitely the best way to stay in touch and get all the latest updates from Huda TV. Last time I checked, there were more than 125,000 people who have liked our page. I hope that you are one of them. If you're not, it's facebook.com/HudaTV. That will get you to the one and only official Facebook page of Huda TV online. So join us, inshallah, at any time. Twitter also is another great way to stay in touch with us. We have recently updated our Twitter account and stayed in touch with all of you through Twitter. So feel free, inshallah, to join us at twitter.com/HudaTV channel. This is our official Twitter account, inshallah. And finally, of course, another great way to stay in touch with us and get a lot of great updates is through our official YouTube channel, youtube.com/HudaTV. youtube.com/HudaTV. And as I say every week, there are three main things that you can gain from our YouTube channel. The first thing is that you can watch some of our archives, some of our old programming. At the same time, you can watch our latest programming at any time. As you can see, our YouTube channel is on the screen right now. And of course, the third way, which you see right there on your screen, is that you can watch Huda TV through live streaming at any time. youtube.com/HudaTV. This is our official YouTube page. As we told you last week, we are also working on an application for Huda TV on Android, iPhones, iPads, and the likes, all the types of smartphones. We're working on getting that made, inshallah, in the next few weeks. So make dua for us and send us your suggestions, or call in with your suggestions and tell us what you'd like to see. This is our Facebook page, as you can see on your screen right there. Feel free, inshallah, to like it as well, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. All right, my dear brothers and sisters, we have a lot of great things coming up for you here this evening. First up, we're going to start with something that I requested from you on Facebook a few days ago. SubhanAllah, we asked you on Facebook to send us a picture from your living room. of you watching Huda TV. You don't have to be on screen, and the sample picture that we showed was not of a person who was on screen, but you can see the living room and you can see Huda TV on the television. So mashallah, we received a lot of photos, and we want to share a few of those with you. We received photos from a bunch of countries. I remember a photo from Ethiopia. I remember another photo from the UAE. I remember a photo from Saudi Arabia. I remember a photo from Indonesia and other countries as well. Egypt, of course, we got a photo from there. Jerusalem also was another great country, obviously part of Palestine, Jerusalem, Palestine, that we received a photo from there. I mean, seeing Huda TV in Jerusalem, Palestine in itself is a blessing. The Gambia, of course, also sent us a picture, one of the most countries where brothers and sisters watch Huda TV. Nigeria as well, I believe. Let's go ahead and take a look at the photos of you watching Huda TV from inside your living rooms. MashaAllah, you guys have some very beautiful living rooms and some beautiful, really beautiful LCD and LED screens. Thank you so much for sending us pictures from inside of your living rooms. Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you for that. And it's so beautiful to know that brothers and sisters from all over the world are watching Huda TV. And really, the slogan of Huda TV, as all of you know, is a light in every home. And we hope that Huda TV, inshallah, is a light in your home. Do send us more pictures on Facebook, inshallah. All you got to do is click that message button on Facebook, and you can send us a picture from inside of your living room. We'll try to show it in the next couple of episodes also as well, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Maybe in a couple of episodes we'll start showing some more pictures. Or of course you can send us your pictures through email, pulse@huda.tv at any time, inshallah. All right, let's move on to the next part. As I told you last week and the week before, and we saw a few pictures as well, Huda TV recently, just a few days ago, they came back from Dubai, from the UAE, and they were there for a purpose. They were there to film some programs with some great callers to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of those was Brother Ismail Bullock, who is appearing on Huda TV in his own program for the very first time. Of course, we've had him on a bunch of interviews and different programs in the past year or so, but it was great to have him do programs specially and specifically for Huda TV. And of course, he also did our very famous program Turning Point, where he tells his Islam story. We're going to be talking to him in just a moment, inshallah. And what we want to do, my dear brothers and sisters, is to get you behind the scenes to see what happened on that trip. And we have with us on the phone Brother Ismail Bullock. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us here this evening. How you doing?
Alhamdulillah, it's a pleasure to be here, alhamdulillah.
Barakallah feek. A pleasure to be filming with you in Dubai. I had the brother Mahmoud Afifi told us a lot of great things when he came back about the UAE, Dubai, and all of you brothers over there, mashallah.
MashaAllah, yes, it was very nice to finally meet some of the faces, mashallah, behind Huda.
Alhamdulillah. I mean, so get us behind the scenes. This is a show to let our brothers and sisters know what happens behind the scenes at Huda TV. So what did you guys do? What kind of programs did you film personally?
I basically filmed a show called Think About It, which is a show of 30 episodes. Each episode around 15 minutes, and the whole idea, concept of the show is to, as the title really says, think about it. So it's to get the viewers to, think about Islam, think about how Islam is logical, rational, and, to use one's God-given intelligence, to come to the conclusions and really look at Islam, with an open mind and really think about it, as the title suggests. So, like I said, 30 episodes, different episodes discussed various things about, the proof that there is a creator and how that creator should be with his characteristics. And, it kind of challenged those theories of giving the creator humanistic or animalistic features and characteristics. And it went on to various topics. We obviously cleared a lot of the misconceptions about the Sharia law and the hijab and all the various things.
So I'm guessing your main target audience...
It was very enjoyable, and inshallah, I think many of the, both the Muslims and the non-Muslim viewers, inshallah, should be able to benefit and enjoy the show, inshallah.
I guess your main target audience in the program, even though you said it's for both non-Muslims and Muslims, is probably for Muslims, am I right? And for non-Muslims, am I right?
Say again, sorry?
Am I right to say that it's your main target audience is non-Muslims in the program?
You could say that. I mean, I think it will be useful and beneficial, inshallah, for your average Muslim too. There may be some things discussed there that may be of something which is, reassuring or iman, or giving someone more faith, if you like to put it that way, in what or giving them some of the proofs that they've never heard before on regarding Islam, and maybe help them in giving da'wah at the same time. But a lot of it is directed towards the non-Muslims, inshallah. But like I said, it would also, inshallah, should be beneficial also for the Muslims, if not for themselves, at least for them to be able to pass some of the information on to some of their non-Muslim friends, family or colleagues. Yeah.
A lot of the Muslims that were raised in the deen of Islam love to hear about conversion stories and how a person came to the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you did just that for us on Turning Point. Tell us behind the scenes what happened with that. We saw a few pictures of you filming kind of next to a villa and filming indoors also. We're probably going to have those pictures on the screen in just a moment, but tell us about that experience.
That was, mashallah, a nice experience. I mean, obviously the 30-episode show was done in a studio, whereas, as you can see some of the pictures on the screen, we did some outside filming, and we also filmed inside a villa. That was, obviously, as you mentioned, the Turning was one episode on my story to Islam.
Yes.
So that was very interesting and enjoyable at the same time. And we also had on the same day we filmed with brother Jibril Al-Romani, which I'm sure many of the viewers are aware of. So that was a very nice experience, and it's nice also to share these kind of stories. Again, for the Muslims, it's all. I mean, I myself, whenever I see a new Muslim story, I find it very interesting. I find it very iman lifting. I find it very motivating, and it's very nice to see. And obviously, as well for the non-Muslims, it gives them an idea to hear the reasons why people accepted Islam.
Definitely.
And as you can see from the photos on the screen, the various shots on the outside and the villa. So, mashallah, it was a very enjoyable experience, and that program should also be, inshallah, very interesting to watch.
Inshallah, yeah, that program, I can tell you, inshallah, we've started working on the editing part to put this program together, Turning Point, inshallah, so it can start airing soon. If I'm correct, I believe, think about it, we're thinking of saving it for Ramadan, where we have our highest viewership, so that a lot of people can watch it, inshallah.
Yeah, I heard something along those lines. I think there's some plans to try and keep the shows as much as possible to Ramadan, but Allah knows best. You guys obviously know that more than I do on that side of things.
Barakallah feek. Thank you so much, Brother Ismail, for being with us and for taking time out of your very busy schedule. I saw through some of the emails that were exchanged that both you and Brother Jibreel were very busy, but you still took time out of your very busy schedule and volunteered for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to share your knowledge with our brothers and sisters who are watching Huda TV from all around the world. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you for that, inshallah. Barakallah feek. Thank you so much for being with us. And that was an interview, my dear brothers and sisters, with Brother Ismail Bullock, who inshallah is, alhamdulillah, we're glad to have him here on Huda TV for the very first time. And alhamdulillah, it was a great experience from what I heard from the brothers who were there. And inshallah, a very inspiring program. Think about it. You know, we often don't think about things, especially people who are raised in the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't think about how a person can come to the truth. We were just born in it and raised in it, which is a blessing in itself. But a lot of people don't have that blessing. So I'm hoping that our brothers and sisters, the Muslims who are watching, they can share this program, inshallah, whether on YouTube or ask their non-Muslim friends wherever they reside to join us and watch this program, inshallah, when it airs in Ramadan. You know, a lot of non-Muslims accept Islam during the month of Ramadan. SubhanAllah, as we know, the gates of Jannah are wide open and the gates of the hellfire, as we say, are wide shut. So what is a better time to accept Islam than the month of Ramadan? So we hope, inshallah, this will be a great experience for them to think about the deen of Islam. And for those people who haven't accepted Islam yet who are watching us, wait for this program, inshallah, should be of great benefit, and watch it and benefit from it, inshallah. Turning Point, as we said with Brother Ismail, we're working on getting that edited, and hopefully it'll be airing soon. We'll let you know, of course, with some promos, and of course, first on this program, Viewers Pulse, inshallah, about when it's going to air, bi'idhnillah ta'ala. All right, let's go ahead, my dear brothers and sisters, and take a look at the next report that we have for you, which is our weekly social media segment, as we like to call it, our weekly Facebook question. This week, the question was a bit different. We shared with you some information, and it wasn't a question where you answered, but we shared with you a piece of very important information here at Huda TV, and then we asked you to share your thoughts and comments. So the thing that we shared, we said that Huda TV fans on Facebook come from many countries around the world, obviously. Here are the top 5. So we shared with you the top 5 countries where brothers and sisters have liked our page, and obviously this reflects our viewership as well. So of course, let's go ahead and start with from number 5. Number 5 came Pakistan. Pakistan came in number 5, with a little bit over 5,933 people. India came in 4th place with 6,561 people. Saudi Arabia, mashallah, a lot of people from there came in 3rd place with 7,772 people. In 2nd place came Egypt. It looks like African countries have dominated the 2nd and 1st place. Egypt came in 2nd place with 10,085 people. And of course, the number 1 spot here on Huda TV as viewership, and at the same time on our Facebook page, is reserved for our brothers and sisters from Nigeria, who, mashallah, like really a lot of people from there. 1st place, you see, 2nd place was a little bit over 10,000 people. Nigeria 1st place, 27,721 people. These were the figures and the numbers that we shared with you, and we got to hear your feedback and your comments about that. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Nadine bin Saleh. Alhamdulillah, I'm from Germany, and I watch Huda TV always, especially if I'm in Dubai. In Germany, we don't have Huda TV, but we need it for sure. Thanks, Huda TV. You are great. MashaAllah. Leila Tolentino. I'm from the Philippines, but recently I'm in the KSA. As long as I watch Ask Huda wherever I am, I keep on watching it. MashaAllah. A very nice program. Aisha Siho. I'm from the Philippines working here in Riyadh, and I always watch Huda TV. I've learned a lot. Thanks, Huda TV. Mohammed Awed. I'm from Sudan, and I watch Huda TV every day. It's really a good channel. Ibnato Habib. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. I'm very happy to see these results. MashaAllah, I'm proud to be Nigerian. Withiya Mahmood. Maybe I'm the only delegate from Bangladesh. So what? I'm representing 16 cores. Aul Suleiman. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue expanding the light of this TV station to each and every region in this world. Princess Doll. Saudi Arabia loves your channel. You are doing a great job. May Ar-Rahman reward you with the best goodness always. Ameen Ya Rab. Noor Naima. MashaAllah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide and bless the Huda team. Surai Ahu Salama. Alhamdulillah, Nigerians are active in religion. I pray and believe one day Nigeria will become a pure Islamic country under the shade of the Quran and Sunnah.
My dear brothers and sisters, thank you so much for all of your comments. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you for always staying active with us through our Facebook page. It's beautiful to see, mashallah, when we post something and then we see where the statistics say that 30,000 people viewed this post. Mashallah, it's beautiful. 40,000 people, sometimes it's 50,000 people if it's something of great importance. So alhamdulillah, I mean, as we always say, technology is a great way, and this is why we represent technology in this program. As you can see behind me right here, it's all about technology. It's all about YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and the likes. So stay in touch with us as well, of course, at any time. Let me remind you of our phone numbers, 002-02-38-555, 248 or 249. We want you to give us a call, especially in the upcoming 2 segments, where we're going to be talking with 2 brothers, and I'm going to introduce them, inshallah, in the next segment. We're going to be talking about their great project of distributing free Qur'ans to whoever wants it, from any non-Muslim from around the world. Stay tuned, inshallah.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. You're not giving it to him because he has black eyes or blue eyes. You're giving it to him because of his position. And that is why you're giving it to this particular department's head rather than giving it to the HR GM, for example. Nobody gives the HR GM anything because they don't want anything from him until they want a job. Therefore, this is the way you can judge whether it's a bribe or not. To get into a halal transaction, first of all, the bank or the financial institution should acquire and own this apartment before any commitment.
لك والملك لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك. This is the slogan of Hajj. Did you know that those who are making their way and those who are about to go or those who already did are responding to a call that was made by one person almost 50,000 years ago? Ibrahim alayhi salam, yes, Allah had chosen him. Allah had chosen him, honored him, but He tested him first before He given him that honor. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the mother of Musa alayhi salam, throw your baby in the sea, in the river, at the time, and we will bring him back to you as a messenger. You will find out as we go through the story of Hajj, the story of Ibrahim and his family, that he relied a lot on his dua. But once his means are exhausted, look at him. He made this dua. Hasbi Allah wa ni'mal wakil. Allah is all sufficient for me.
لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back, my dear brothers and sisters, for this very special interview. We're with you live, and we want you to give us a call, 002-0238-555, 248 or 249. In this segment, inshallah, we're talking about a new, very special project that has been spearheaded by a couple of youth and a group of youth, but we have two of their representatives here with us tonight, inshallah. What their aim is to distribute free Qur'ans to whoever wants it, especially non-Muslims. And of course, the Qur'an is the best da'wah tool. There can't be anything better than the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we want to go ahead and talk to them. So then we go ahead and introduce them first. First is Brother Ahmed Fawzi, someone who all of our brothers and sisters know here at Huda TV, of course, from the Ummah tonight. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward them. And my second guest is Brother Mustafa Mahi.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah,
Barakallahu
thank you so much.
Jazakallah khair. Brother Ahmed, let me begin with you, inshallah. How did this project start? How did you guys come to the idea of distributing free Qur'ans?
Actually, there's no specific point that we started from, but actually every one of us, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, we're 10th of people.
10 people?
10th of people, actually.
Tens of people, mashallah.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, and we have to say that they do great job than what we do. Everyone has his own point to start in this project. For me, actually started when I was in the States, and there's a lot of people, they came and they have many stereotypes, they have many fallacies about Islam, they have wrong and mistaken information about Islam, and every time you have to say, okay, you have to go to the source. Okay, don't take it from your church, don't have the information from your school, just
or from
have
an
it
article
from
on the internet.
Yes, and every time okay, so what is the source? Your sheikh? Okay, actually my sheikh is not the source, by the way. The imams and everyone comes on the screens and on Islamic channels are not the source. They just are like tools, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them the ability to just deliver the message. So where the message, it's all about the Sahih Quran, the Quran. Okay, so for that, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, after we worked in Dawah for many years, and we got some sources that some of them actually they are able to fund to print the Quran, and the others they need that. So we started off founding a new volunteering group. Everyone just volunteered his time, sometimes his money, and so on, to be a connection between some great and big foundations, to just coordinate and organize between them, to get some money from here, give it to that, and that just print the Quran, and to other organizations to distribute it all around the world to those they are in need to the Quran, and to those you as a Muslim, sometimes you say, okay, I need to guide that person to the right way, I need to tell him where the Quran, but every time I can't find the Quran, or I'm not able to print.
So for example, like you work in a Western country, or
Sure.
you work in an Islamic country, but with a bunch of non-Muslims, and then you think to yourself, you know what, if only I had a Quran
Yes.
to give to that person. Or you meet a person on the train, for example, and you say to yourself, you've had a conversation for maybe like 10 or 15 minutes, and then you say to yourself, if only I had a Quran to give that person.
So yes.
So you guys are providing that service.
So we're providing that service for free. free of everything, free of shipping, free of everything. All what you can do, just you can email. You know, you just email and you will get your free mushaf. And this is the idea of that. We're not the founder of the idea of printing free Quran to people, but there's actually many foundations. Brother Mustafa can talk about this and let people know who started the idea. And later on we started to develop it with another way that we get it on screens and let people know how can we get that. And inshallah Huda TV has an advantage of that, inshallah.
We're going to talk about that in a little bit. I want to see you guys tell us behind the scenes. We've talked to the management, I believe, of Huda TV.
I like this episode actually because it's all about all around what happens behind the scenes today.
This is the point of the whole program.
What happened actually in Dubai, we are all fascinated by what
great developments happening here, mashallah, by the leadership and everyone who's working here, alhamdulillah. That's great. Brother Mustafa, I want to ask you, Brother Ahmed told us how this idea started. Yes. I want to take you kind of to the end. I know there's technically no end, but to where you are today, 2013.
Yes.
Where did you guys go? Like, what did you accomplish so far?
Alhamdulillah, we started this project since 10 years. And alhamdulillah, we have shared.
You guys have the number 10 working. Like you have tens of people. And you've been working for 10 years.
Yes. We started this project in September 2003. Alhamdulillah, we have shared in many dawah projects in Brazil, in Colombia, Venezuela, Panama, and Argentina. Brother Hatem Mahmoud, the TV presenter in Huda TV, in Huda Academy, I shared with him in Argentina event 2010, like new Muslim courses for new Muslims in Argentina. And I am one of the founder of project. This is called Gratis Islamic Livros in Brazil, or in English, Free Islamic Books. When I have been to Latin America, I found many people are thirsty to know more about Islam after 9/11 and after the Western media talking negative side about Islam.
And especially. I'm glad you're talking about a project that really goes beyond the English language, because from my experience in the U.S., the greatest group of people recently, in recent years, have been accepting the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are the Hispanics. So, you know, a lot of people, like you said, are thirsty and are hungry to learn about the deen.
To know more about Islam. And then after my trip to Brazil 2 times, then we started to develop idea to make their project based in Brazil, to make like Islamic info stand, or to share in a book fair in Sao Paulo or in Rio de Janeiro. Then we expanded in this project. Inshallah, we will start to extend with Why Islam USA in its next World Cup in Brazil 2014. We will target to distribute 50,000 Quran of English and Spanish free for the visitor of World Cup in Brazil 2014. This is the idea, or explanation.
Well, Ahmed Fawzi, here comes the question that a lot of people may have. Well, you know, I gave a Quran to a person. Are they more likely to just put it on the shelf and not read it, or will they actually read it? I want you to tell us about some of the success stories that have happened.
Actually, to take it and put it on the shelf, that is awesome, by the way. To just put that mushaf or that Quran in anyone's house, this is just a great success, because one day he's going to just take a look. And I do remember a story of a friend of mine. His name is Raymond. You know, he was working at the Navy for the USA, and once he went to one of the bases, military bases in Afghanistan, and then he turned to Bahrain and so on. In Bahrain, actually, you know, he met with a family and they gave him some free books, free Islamic books. There, he just take it, and as he told me, before Islam, I was looking at Muslims as they are Muslims, and we have to fight them and we have to kill them and so on. And subhanallah, after that, after he took those books, he told me that when I got those books, you know, like I took it as, oh, those are books of Satan. So I had the books of Shaitan, you know, like you take it, if I give someone he knows about, for example, Bible, and he knows that it's mistaken, for example, he will read it and he knows what it's mistaking. There are some mistakes or fallacies in that book. Or I gave you a story and I told you it's hypothetical story. Every time you read it, every time you know that this is not true. It's hypothetical, only hypothetical. So when Ray took those books, subhanAllah, he put it on his shelf. And for about 2 years, he doesn't care about it.
Yeah.
You know, like he's away. And as he contributed to me, he told me that, he told me that one day I had no internet and I don't like watching TV. So I had to go to my bookshelf and, you know, like look for a new book.
Just because
okay, I read that, and I didn't read the books of Satan. So that time, subhanAllah, he went to that books of Satan. So he's reading it as what? Books of Satan.
Yeah.
So, and subhanAllah, he read it. It took him about an hour and a half, 90 minutes. Okay, and after 90 minutes, he became a Muslim.
SubhanAllah. So he read whatever he could in the Quran for an hour and a half, and then he didn't read the whole Quran, did he?
Yes, you know, like he doesn't have any relationship with the family. They gave him the books.
Yeah.
He's looking at these books as its fallacies and just books of Satan. And all what he had at the end, there's the connection of the family, a phone number, and he just...
It reminds me of people back at the time of the Prophet ﷺ. You know, they would hear the Prophet ﷺ reading the Quran by himself, and you know, they would just overhear him, and then they would simply accept Islam.
SubhanAllah. All what happened with Ray, that he called the people and hey, Assalamu alaikum, or he actually doesn't know how I read the books and I want to be a Muslim because I you know, like I know now its truth through my thinking and so on, and according, of course, to backgrounds he faced before. And subhanAllah, he proposed to the same family and he married from the same family and he had a kid from the same family now.
Beautiful story. Brother Mustafa, now, how does the process work? For example, someone who's watching us right now who's a non-Muslim, or someone who's a Muslim and he wants, you know, to help, you know, to get a few copies of the Quran so he can distribute them. What can he do?
We have formal web page. It is called www.hadiths.com. It is our formal web page. We receive the request. We dispatch 400 requests per month of Holy Quran.
So you receive 400 requests
per month.
Tell us, like, what do you mean by request? Is it kind of like a message, or is it a person clicks and it just makes a request?
We need any person he requests from us a copy of Quran. He must send his home address, his contact address, and we dispatch his Quran by Egyptian airmail. And if he is in United States of America, he received the Quran after 4 weeks. If he is in UK, he received the Quran after 3 weeks.
What if he's in other parts of the world? If he's in Africa, for example, or Asia?
Yes. Especially in our in Peace Ways Foundation, we target Latin America. Most of our work focus in Latin America, in Argentina, Colombia, Venezuela, Central America like Mexico, Nicaragua, Guatemala, Dominican, Cuba, Chile. Alhamdulillah, we provided many Islamic centers here in Latin America, Spanish part, and in Brazil, Portuguese part. We are working strongly to set up Islamic events per year, and inshallah we will share with Why Islam USA in its first Dawah event in next World Cup in June 2014.
So basically, most of your work, if I can ask Brother Ahmed, is based in Western countries.
Yes,
as
but,
it is right.
But actually, there is advantage also with this to anyone who wherever in the world.
So anybody can fill out that application online, and receive a Quran from wherever they are around the world.
Yes,
and
you guys are for real. You know, this is not like. You know, there's no catch 22.
Actually.
There's no
and
catch
also
22 on this.
There's a project, inshallah, is coming soon with Huda. We can't say anything about it now, but actually the same, inshallah, the same service, it will be from Huda TV, inshallah, soon.
Inshallah.
with a great number of thousands of Quran, inshallah, too. And according to the administration, inshallah, they discussed that and they will give us the feedback about it. They are targeting more in Africa and those people,
a lot of our viewers come from Africa, from Asia.
Yes, exactly. For that, and you know, Brother Osama, that most of those people, they are thirsty and they are in need actually to have the Quran. And some of them, they are not able to have a copy of Quran.
Definitely.
As Brother Mustafa said, actually we're targeting now Latin America because it's, as we say, it's a green area now to get a lot of people, people's attention to Islam. And this is our position actually, is to let people know, okay, here's something about Islam. You know, most of the da'iyah now, they say, your behaviors is da'wah. That's it. You just don't go and say Islam is good, Islam is perfect, Islam is. Or what you do is to behave well. And this is only to take people's attentions to the right Islam, that's it. And most of the people, they convert to Islam, they convert through these behaviors. We do the same, but with materialistic source, that we say, okay, can you just take this gift from us? That's it. And but most of the time we are not in contact with thousands of people. Of course, everyone has a limit in his, activities. For that, we say, why you as a viewer, for example, for Huda TV or Internet Survive, that you share with us in this reward, that you take the reward and you give us the reward too, that you guide us to someone who is in need to that Quran. One of the great projects, inshallah, coming soon, that World Cup in Brazil in 2014.
World Cup?
World Cup, yep.
Yes.
So, inshallah, there is, about 15,000 mushaf.
Are you guys going to be there physically, both of you, or at least any of you?
Where?
Are you going to be physically in Brazil?
Yes, inshallah.
Actually, inshallah, we're trying, inshallah, alhamdulillah.
I have been to Brazil before 3 times, and to fund this project.
We're going to have to talk to you on the phone while you're there, and you can actually tell us, inshallah, what's
actually,
happening. Take a lot of pictures also.
And maybe you can find Huda TV there, inshallah, sir.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
That would be...
so you can be there, inshallah.
And we have photo of our mechanism, of our work, that we can show to our audience.
Of course. And people can also visit your website to get a lot of information.
Yes.
So I'm guessing you guys are working on both ends. You're trying to reach out to people, and at the same time you're waiting for them, on the other hand, you're waiting for them to make requests, in order for you to send the Quran. Brother Mustafa, give me some statistics. How many Qurans have you distributed so far since this project has started, and what's your next strategic goal?
Regarding we dispatch per month 400 requests. Regarding to English request, we send the Sahih International. This is the best translation.
Sahih International, Sahih International
Breaked by Islamic
right?
Muntad. Yes. Regarding to Spanish,
I like that translation, especially because it's in modern English.
Yes.
So a lot of people are able to.
Yes.
Is this the same? Is this the same one they have? If you can show it to the camera, inshallah, there.
Yes.
Brother Mustafa, continue, inshallah.
And the best translation in Spanish by Islamic Publishing House in Riyadh by Sheikh Muhammad Isa Garcia. We send the 2 posts of translation. Regarding to Portuguese, we send the best translation by Dr. Samir Haik in Portuguese. We are specialization in our da'wah work to Latin America.
Yes.
Now in United States of America, we have some statistics that about 2,100 Latino Muslims are converting Islam in the United States of America.
2,100?
Yes.
Yeah, per year?
No, in general, Muslim community. In general, Muslim community, United States of America, 2,100. This is have statistics. We have formal statistics from YSM USA.
Do you say 2,000?
2,100.
2,100.
2,100.
Okay.
Yes. Hispanic Muslims in the United States of America have a great Muslim community. We are have cooperation with Islam in Spanish, based in Texas, and Latin American Muslim unity in Houston, Texas. We have mutual work, da'wah. We dispatch to them a bulk of Quran orders in Spanish and and English.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
Exactly.
Brother Ahmed, I'm guessing you're focused more on the English, on the English part of things.
My specialty.
Give me some statistics on English. People who come from English background. How many Qur'ans you've given out?
No, for me, actually, I don't have statistics right now, but you can say, inshallah, there's thousands of requests. Like every year.
Yeah. And you guys are very active. Like a person won't make a request and have to wait like 6 months.
Besides that, you know that there's a lot of Islamic centers. Actually, they require and request. Maybe 10th of mushafs, for example, for their Islamic center.
Also, universities, Muslim universities, MSAs, Muslim Student Associations.
Exactly.
Definitely. Like I remember in the U.S. we used to have Islam Awareness Week all the time. And or Islam Awareness Month. It depends on the university, and you need a whole bunch of Qur'ans. When people, in general, people see a free book, and it looks nice, and they're ready to take it.
Yes.
So
actually, any free thing, actually, especially in America, and I had the experience with this. We had a small conference in one of the universities, and as we faced, many challenges not to succeed in this, as it's Islamic. But subhanAllah, when you just put some Islamic brochures, flyers, and free books to people to know, we distributed that day, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, 10 of books and Quran and so on. You don't focus or you don't remember anything of the conference, but you remember one thing, the result. When someone just calls you, when he finds your email or anything like that, and say, alhamdulillah, I became a Muslim. That make a great difference in your life.
I want to finally ask you guys about financing. How does this work when it comes to the finances? Obviously, shipping charges, printing charges, and shipping charges. This is not something cheap. How do you guys get the money to make this happen? Whoever of you wants to answer.
Actually, we're poor enough to print thousands, okay, but what we do, we established a small group called Islamic Media Meeting. Okay,
Islamic Media
Meeting.
Okay.
And the idea of that group, that there is a lot of media organizations. They have maybe financial
capabilities
and sometimes obstacles of contacting other organizations. So what we do, that we contact those people they can fund, like some organizations, charity organizations, they can just fund something, maybe an Islamic program, as it's a sadaqah jariyah, for example, or they can fund printing mushaf, and we are like the connection between all of that. And whenever we just put the project in real, that's it. Our rule end. That's it. For that, Brother Mustafa, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, he's working in this project as the relationship, manager for that department. So public relation manager. So he is in a good relation with some organizations in maybe in Dubai, in Qatar, of course in Latin America. So we get funded from those people, 2 projects. It's not about Quran only. Also, it's about Islamic documentaries, Islamic programmings, and so on. Like that project, we found, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, an organization like Eid. Okay, it's in Qatar, and
what is it called again?
Eid. EID.
Eid Charity or Qatar Guest Center, it will be printing for us 70,000 copies of Quran Sahih International. And inshallah, after the approval of Huda management, inshallah, we will specialize like 15,000 of Quran for Huda TV, inshallah, for Qur'an viewers, inshallah.
It's a great, that would be great, inshallah.
Thank you so much.
Inshallah.
So you can just gift your viewers with this, inshallah. So you give them, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, great information about Islam, or about what is going on in the world through Huda TV, and of course, leave like a small gift for them in their house to remember the
Yes,
channel
inshallah.
and remember Islam all the time, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you guys so much for being with us
Thank you.
here this evening and for all the great work that you guys do.
Thank you.
May Allah
And I
bless
do hopefully, hope that the cooperation between your work and Huda TV comes, bears its fruits and comes to light very soon, because it's a great project, inshallah.
Inshallah, to guide many people to Islam, inshallah.
Ameen.
May Allah bless you.
Barakallahu feekum. Thank you so much.
Barak.
My dear brothers and sisters, thank you so much for being with us here on this very special episode of Viewers Pulse. I hope to have these two great brothers with us soon, inshallah, on another episode to talk about the results. Today we're talking about the idea, but hopefully, inshallah, maybe in a few weeks or just a couple months or so, we can be talking about the results. Maybe we would have already distributed all 15,000 copies of the Quran, and who knows, maybe even more. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. We'll see you again next week, inshallah, at 9 p.m. Mecca time. Until then, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We'll talk about Huda, we'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your home. We'll talk about Huda, we'll talk about our way. Come join us and have your say. Let's talk about our way. Remember, you are not alone. Huda is the light in your